Hey everybody, Tyler here at the Moorpark City Library, and today I'm going to show you how to make duct tape wallets with pockets. You're going to need duct tape, of course, whatever color you got, a ruler, or something to measure with, a box cutter or heavy-duty scissors or something to cut with, and if you're using box cutters, I would suggest also grabbing a piece of cardboard, just scrap cardboard. Alright, so here we go. First thing we're going to do is clear our workspace. We're going to take 4 strips of whichever color you choose of about 7 inches long. And I have pre-cut my strips here. And we're going to tape them together. We're going to have it sticky side up and we're going to overlap them by maybe ½ an inch, no more than ½ an inch. Two. This one got stuck a little bit, but I think I can save it. That's all right. I'll show you why that's all right in just a little bit. All right, so we got our first 4 there. Then we're gonna take another 4 strips and we're gonna lay them sticky side down. Also overlapping by just about ½ an inch. And I'm doing orange and pink here just because that's what I had available to me. You could do all one color, like I have an all orange one here. I have an all green one here. And I also did an orange and yellow one. So, but today we're doing orange and pink. Excuse me, that's green and yellow. All right. So I'm leaving a little bit of sticky there at the top, and I'll explain why in a bit. And again, just overlapping by ½ an inch or less. And that little part that I goofed on right there is covered up, which is cool. All right, so then what I'm gonna do here is with the part that's overlapping, I'm gonna fold that over, and it actually seals the top and bottom for me. All right. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and this one has a little bit more, so I'm not gonna do a full fold. I'll just just enough to where there's no sticky side hanging out. Boom. All right, then I'm gonna take my cutting utensil here and just kind of trim off just a little bit of these excess edges here. You don't have to make it perfect, but just so you don't have too much sticky side hanging out. Just to kind of clean it up. And we're actually gonna seal it off at the end here, so you won't be able to see too much, if any of that. So I'm gonna do that again here. Some of that. And then so from here you decide on which side you want to be your inside or your outside of your wallet. I'm gonna go with orange being my outside. So I'm just gonna fold it in half. Like so. And at this point, you're gonna wanna start figuring out your pockets here. And you can do that before you seal the edges. I'm gonna go ahead and seal off one of my edges over here just so it's not flopping around. And I'm gonna do that with the orange tape. And I'm gonna just take off enough to cover the edge there. Kind of just eyeball that. And then I'm actually gonna split this in half here, hopefully. Good enough. Go. And this will cover that kind of tattered edge there. Boom. And then I do have a little bit of excess there. It's all good. So we got our box cutter. And if you're not comfortable using one of those, I suggest find somebody who is, or using scissors. Sometimes scissors, if you have good heavy duty ones, are a little bit easier to maneuver. Gonna open that up a bit. All right, so that's good and secure. Now we're gonna make our pockets. Let me just fold it. Okay. So to make our pocket, we're gonna take a couple strips here that are roughly half the length of your wallet. And it's okay to go a little bit over. I would actually suggest going a little bit over because then you could cut it to measure properly. And the length from the width of it should be anywhere from 6 to 7 inches. I wouldn't go below about 6 inches. And then what I'm gonna do now, let's just do orange. Take another strip about the same length. I'm gonna lay them sticky side down so that they're facing each other. There we go. And then I'm gonna take the extra strip that I cut earlier. This one isn't quite cooperating here, but I can maybe get that. Nope, that's okay. I'm just gonna take another one. About the same length. That was a little better. I'm just gonna seal the edges once again. And this will be the bottom of my pocket here, so it doesn't have to be too pretty. All right, there we go. I'm gonna take my other one, seal the top there. All right, cool. So now, before I tape this into my wallet here, I'm going to use a library card to measure to make sure that the pocket is big enough. Looks like it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a fold to make sure everything is nice and snug. Looks like it. Excellent. Sweet. I'm going to try to leave that there. And actually what you can do is if you want to make 2 pockets, you can just move this up here. So I'm going to do that right now, just because I like to have the cards a little bit closer to the top of the wallet. Cut myself another piece of tape here, split it in half. Now I'm going to seal this guy in here. There we go. And of course, you don't want your cards falling through. So you're going to want to seal the bottom. Like so. All right, and we're almost done with this one. And again, if you wanted to make another pocket, you would just do the exact same thing and just kind of tape it down at the bottom here. But I only need one. So I'm going to cut off my excess here. And then I'm going to seal it up with one final piece of tape. Again, just kind of eyeballing the measurement there. I'm going to use the whole width of this strip here just so it's nice and secure. I'm going to move my cardboard so I don't get stuck, or so the duct tape doesn't get stuck rather. Here we are. And then seal it up. Cut off the excess. Okay. All right. Make sure our card still fits. Look at that. All right. And there's our duct tape wallet. All ready to go. Have fun.